Bill Rogers is now 73, and yes, it's finally true. For decades, golf fans wondered why the 1981 Open champion walked away from the game so early. At last, we have the full picture. The rumors about burnout, loss of joy, and feeling soul-sick from chasing money, they were all real. But this isn't just a story about decline. It's about one man's journey from the highest peak in golf to finding peace on his own terms. William Charles Rogers was born on September 10, 1951, in Waco, Texas. As a military kid, his family moved constantly, Germany, North Africa, Alabama, before settling in Texarkana. He picked up golf at age 9 in Alabama and showed natural talent right away. His mentor was Jerry Robison, the pro at Northridge Country Club in Texarkana. Rogers earned a scholarship to the University of Houston, where he roomed with future Texas Golf Hall of Famer Bruce Lietzke. In 1973, he achieved NCAA first-team All-American status. His amateur career was impressive. He won the 1972 Southern Amateur and the 1973 All-American Intercollegiate Invitational. He even made the victorious 1973 Walker Cup team, representing the United States internationally. In 1974, Rogers turned professional, but getting to the PGA Tour was brutal. He called tour school harder than anything that happened to me in any part of my golf life, tour included. The pressure was crushing. He felt like, if you don't make it, kind of life ends. This gives you an idea of the mental strain he faced from day one as a professional. Rogers joined the PGA Tour full-time in 1975. Interestingly, when he made the top 60 in 1977, he found it much more emotionally satisfying than his first tour win. That first victory came in 1978 at the Bob Hope Desert Classic, but it was the security and validation of making the top 60 that really mattered to him. This shows how much he craved acceptance in the highly competitive world of professional golf. Then came 1981, the year that changed everything. This was Rogers' absolute peak, when he was arguably the best golfer on the planet. He won the Open Championship at Royal St. Andrews, George's, with a commanding 4-stroke victory, but that was just the beginning. He also won 3 more PGA Tour events that year: the Sea Pines Heritage, the World Series of Golf, and the Texas Open in a playoff against Ben Crenshaw. Here's what made 1981 so special. All 4 of his PGA Tour wins had World Golf Hall of Fame members as runners-up. He was beating legends like Bernhard Langer, Tom Kite, and Crenshaw. Rogers earned PGA Player of the Year honors and finished second on McCormick's World Golf Rankings. He was runner-up at the U.S. Open and helped the U.S. win the Ryder Cup. In total, he won 7 tournaments worldwide that year. Rogers described being the hottest player on the planet, and that, everywhere I went, I played well. But here's the dark side. This incredible success came with a massive cost. The constant travel, media demands, and pressure to capitalize on his fame were overwhelming. He was already starting to feel what he would later describe as soul-sick from chasing the buck. The problem wasn't just the golf. Rogers had a personality that made it hard to say no to people. This led to a mountain of appearance requests that brought money, but also increased workload, time away from family, and a feeling of too much, too soon. He signed long-term agreements that obligated him to keep chasing money and opportunities around the world. Rogers was operating out of his comfort level and described how he burned it hard, leading to a complete loss of perspective. What fans didn't realize was that even at his peak, he was already struggling with what sports psychologists now recognize as the early stages of burnout. Athlete burnout isn't just being tired. It's a complex syndrome with 3 main parts: emotional and physical exhaustion, a reduced sense of personal accomplishment, and devaluation of the sport itself. The contributing factors include an imbalance between demands and resources, consistently high pressure, insufficient support, lack of control, and inadequate recovery time. Rogers hit all these markers. He was dealing with chronic stress from the relentless demands of being the world's best golfer. Most telling was his growing disconnection from the game he once loved. By his own admission, Rogers learned to dislike the game and felt that if I never played golf again, that would be fine with me. This wasn't just frustration with poor play. This was complete emotional detachment from golf. The performance decline wasn't immediate. but it was inevitable. Rogers won one more PGA Tour event in 1983 at the USF and G Classic. He had a third-place finish at the 1982 US Open and eighth place at the 1983 Open Championship. But from 1984 onwards, the decline became obvious. He started missing cuts regularly, including at the Open Championship in 1984, 1985, and 1986. The numbers tell the story. His PGA Tour earnings dropped dramatically after 1983. In 1984, he earned just $32,275 compared to over $130,000 in 1983. By 1988, his final year, he earned only $5,482 with a best finish of T68. This wasn't just a slump, it was a complete breakdown of his competitive drive. Rogers officially retired from tournament golf in 1988, but retirement wasn't the end of his story. It was the beginning of his recovery. He moved to San Antonio in the late 1980s and made a crucial decision. Instead of trying to chase his former glory, he chose a completely different path. From 1990 to 2000, Rogers served as director of golf at San Antonio Country Club. This role kept him connected to golf, but without the crushing pressure of competition. He also coached the University of Texas San Antonio golf team and had ownership involvement at Briggs Ranch Golf Club. Most importantly, he made time for what really mattered: his family and his faith. Rogers explained his decision clearly. He wanted to align his job with his personal life, spending more time with Beth and his family, and get consistent nourishment from his church. This was the opposite of everything that had led to his burnout. Instead of endless travel and external pressures, he chose stability, control, and meaningful relationships. The transformation worked. Rogers maintained some connection to competitive golf through occasional Champions Tour appearances after turning 50 in 2001. But now he was playing on his own terms, free from the intense pressure of his prime. His most notable senior achievement was winning the team portion of the 2002 Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf alongside his old Houston roommate, Bruce Lietzke. Beyond playing, Rogers became deeply involved in golf development. He served on the board of Golf San Antonio and played a key role in bringing the American Junior Golf Association to the city. He supported programs like the First Tee, focusing on growing the game at the grassroots level. This was about giving back, not personal glory. Rogers' contributions have been formally recognized through multiple Hall of Fame inductions. He was inducted into the University of Houston Cougars Hall of Fame in 1987 and the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame in 2004. These honors celebrate not just his playing career, but his broader impact on the golf community. Now in his 70s, Rogers offers valuable insights about his experience. He's been remarkably open about the dark side of being a professional golfer and how the relentless pursuit of success and money made him feel soul-sick. His honesty provides crucial lessons for today's athletes and the sports industry. Rogers also reflects on how golf has evolved since his era. He notes how the game has passed them by due to equipment advances, better balls, club heads, and shaft design. But more importantly, he highlights the increased emphasis on player preparation, including physical fitness and mental training with sports psychologists. These support systems weren't available in his time. He still believes in the power of confidence at the highest level and thinks it enables athletes to achieve capabilities they might not even know they have. But he also emphasizes the vital importance of finding joy and passion in sport beyond just performance metrics or external validation. Rogers' journey from disliking golf due to burnout to finding renewed purpose in coaching and development shows that healing and re-engagement are possible. His specific mention of sports psychologists in modern golf validates the importance of mental health support that he lacked during his competitive years. The story of Bill Rogers is ultimately about resilience and successful reinvention. His 1981 season will always stand as a testament to exceptional skill and competitive drive. But his struggle with burnout and subsequent recovery offers something even more valuable: a roadmap for athletes facing similar challenges. Rogers proved that a fulfilling life after elite competition doesn't require staying in the spotlight. By redefining success and purpose, prioritizing family and faith over fame and fortune, he found peace. His openness about his struggles has illuminated the human cost of elite sports and provided timeless lessons about the need for holistic athlete development. At 73, Bill Rogers is finally at peace with his golf legacy. The champion who once felt soul-sick from chasing money and success has found something more valuable: contentment on his own terms. And those decades-old rumors about why he walked away from the game, they were all true. But the real story isn't about what he lost, it's about what he found.